All right, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Allegedly with me, Matthew Cole Weiss, and today Theo is doing a pilot. Theo actually booked an acting job, so we have our co-host fill-in today, Mr. Mo Mandel.
What's up?
Hey Mo, who you filled in when we had John
C. Riley.
No,
wrong. C. McGinley.
John C. McGinley, yeah.
Very different.
That was intense.
Yeah.
That was an intense one back in the day.
He was turning many shades of red.
He was.
He was real amped up.
He was, but you were a fan, if I remember.
I am a fan.
Yeah,
and
yes.
I was very much a fan of his diatribe against Ben Stiller.
Oh yeah,
I love Ben Stiller, but just witnessing the vitriol was entertainment value.
That was very interesting. And so tell me what you're up to these days.
I actually started a podcast myself.
Too.
Another one. Just trying to edge you guys out.
Fuck these podcasts.
Well, fuck it. You're going to be filling in on my podcast soon.
I'm busy that day.
All right, God damn it. Well, maybe you could call it because it's called The Full Release. It's a podcast I do with my girlfriend who's a doctor of sexual medicine.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Really? Your girlfriend's a doctor of sexual medicine?
Dr. Ashley. She's a urologist and a doctor of sexual medicine. So her job is to look at other men's dicks.
And you're cool with that?
Well, depend on how they are that day, I'm cool with it. You know, if I can tell, she comes in, she's like, ooh, not as good as my 4 o'clock. And I'm not thrilled. The only thing I feel okay about is she's a penis surgeon, so she's not probably seeing the good ones. Oh. Like, no one goes to the doctor, like, what are you here for? A high five? Look at this pipe. You know what I mean? Like, they're probably a little fucked up.
What is the worst story she's told you? Can you think of something just completely graphic and disgusting? And by the way, we'll get to our guest in a second. I'm just fascinated.
I will tell it on The Full Release. And so if you want to hear it... No, okay, here's a good one. So apparently when these old men get erectile dysfunction, they have to start... The Viagra doesn't work anymore. Spoiler alert. So they have to give themselves shots to get their penis to go up. And a lot of times, you know, like with weed, you take a hit, and then it's like, I'm not high yet. You take another hit, and you're really fucking high. They do that with the shots, and all of a sudden they're super hard,
right?
And they have to go in there to get the blood drained out, and like it's like whack-a-mole. She has to get the dick to go down. She walks out, and it's like, back, motherfucker! You know, and it just sort of this whole thing goes on. And,
wow,
it's wild. So yeah, it's a podcast, and we take calls, and she talks about all kinds of wacky shit.
Very cool. How can people listen to that?
On iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcasts. The Full Release.
Awesome. Well, I'm happy to call in or come in. Actually,
we'll have you call in. We'll start at that.
Okay, but I do have a lot of problems. So
please call. Get it out.
So, and by the way, what do you add to the podcast?
Not much comedy, and we use my mics.
Well, there's nothing funnier than erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, it's The Full Release. It's a doctor and then a comedian just sort of being annoying. So check it out.
And today we have a great guest, Mr. Trevor Moore.
Hey, all right.
Comedian who has his own Comedy Central special that by the time this comes out will have been on.
Yeah.
The Story of Our Times.
Yeah, and
which I saw two billboards for.
Yeah, they have a couple
on the way over here. One on La Cienega coming up down south, like lower La Cienega.
I actually saw 3 billboards, so maybe you can give me a point.
Okay, I'll give you a point for that.
Well, I saw 3, so, you know.
I saw 3 billboards, the movie.
Well, I'll give 3 billboards, 3 points to you, 2 you saw 2, right?
I did see 2.
I saw one of those billboards 3 times. So.
All right, so I'm going to go, so I'm going to make this to 9.
I'm just getting off to a strong start.
Yeah. You know about
I like the way you work.
Penis injuries. I heard a story once.
Is this from a friend?
Yeah. Well, no. It was somebody that a friend of mine knew, like kind of thing. So I didn't really know the guy. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. But I heard it and it was horrible, and it like stayed with me. That a guy that my friend knew when he was a kid, like he was playing around with his dick, and he unbent a paperclip and inserted it into his urethra, just for fun, just playing around.
Sometimes your Nintendo's not working, and you got a lot of time to kill.
And I guess like his mom came in or something, and he yanked it, and it like snagged and like pulled everything out like that. And so then he had to like go to all these like surgeries and stuff like that. And that's a story I heard.
Oh my God. He yanked it,
and his name is Bruce Willis.
Yes,
fucking hard.
Your friend Bruce Willis.
So that would be a good topic to talk about on.
We had a good call the other day where somebody was like, "I put hot sauce in my roommate's fleshlight, and now he's really in a lot of pain.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck do we do?" And my girlfriend's such a sick duck that she was like gave some medical advice, but she was also like, "It is pretty fucking hilarious."
The only problems I have with my penis are all emotional.
Yeah.
My penis has a lot of emotional problems.
How come every time I come, I cry?
Yeah, that's part of it.
That's
how come
you got to call a different podcast.
How come I'm so alone all the time? Nobody pays attention to me, not even Matt. There are a lot of Lisas that I like.
Really?
Lisa Bonet, she's pretty cool.
Okay, is that so Raven?
No, Lisa Whelchel, who was Blair from Facts of Life.
Oh, okay, I kind of like her.
Lisa Vanderpump. But my favorite Lisa of all is my Lisa mattress.
Really?
Yes. It is so comfortable and so just like, I don't even feel like I'm sleeping. I feel like I'm floating in air.
Like a matpire, like a vampire?
Yeah, a matpire.
And it's also it's the only Lisa will catch you laying on, I'm sure. And that's Leesa for our listeners. And it's a mattress. And I got to say this, like, you think you have to go somewhere, get a mattress, it's this big ordeal, you got to lay down and you have some awkward man.
Then you have to tie it on the top of your car and drive it home. Not anymore.
Yeah, and then it falls off into the Grand Canyon like Chevy Chase.
Yeah, exactly. Not anymore. This one ships directly to your door. And it really, you think about it and you go, how does that work? Is it really going to like blow up and really going to work? It does.
Yep.
And it's very, very comfortable.
Knock, knock, who's there? Nap time, that's who.
And they are loved by 300,000 happy sleepers and counting. And they also have a socially conscious mission to end bedlessness in America because...
Yeah, a lot of people are sleepwalking. You've heard of sleepwalkers?
It's not the sleepwalkers that they were worried about.
Well, those people need to rest.
Yeah, they do, but there's people who... Sleepwalkers might have beds, but these are people who don't have beds at all.
Okay, so these people don't have beds at all.
Yeah.
Sleepwalkers.
No, not the sleepwalkers. The bedless. The bedless walk. I don't know if they're
talking
walking.
about Bedlam?
I don't know what I'm talking about. But for one mattress donated for every 10 sold and one tree planted for every order received.
And there you go. So then what you have then years later is you have somebody who was a sleepwalker now has a tree to sleep under and a mattress to sleep on.
Exactly.
I love that.
But in all seriousness, it's very nice. They're donating one mattress for every 10 that they sell, and they've donated 23,000 mattresses so far.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's amazing because you think about that, man. You're thinking about all these people out there, somebody don't have a bed to rest on or they're sharing a bed. And if I grew up sharing a bed with my cousin, he would always wet the bed at night.
Is that true?
Yeah. And so now think about this. He could have been wetting his bed and I could have been wetting my own bed.
Wow.
And that's beautiful.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow, that could have changed your whole life if you just had your Lisa. Well, Lisa mattress was designed to provide support and pressure relief to every body type and sleeping for a deeper night's sleep. So
go to leesa.com/allegedly for the deepest discount we've ever offered.
You get $125 off your mattress.
Man, you can for $125, you can get somebody to come snuggle with you.
Yeah, that's true. So go to leesa.com/allegedly, leesa.com/allegedly, and get $125 off your mattress. You're going to enjoy it, trust me.
Amen.
Anyway, so Trevor Moore, who I watched the special today.
Oh, good.
And I have a huge bone to pick with it right off the bat.
Great.
Your casting choices. First off, there's a man named Theo Vaughn in the special.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I thought he was great.
No, he was great, of course.
Great job. Theo does awesome in the thing.
He's my co-op. We've been doing this together for years and years.
Of course Theo gets cast. He's the only guy in 80 Miles with a fucking mullet. I mean, he's the only guy available. When you're looking for mullet role, who else are you going to go to?
That's
true.
We
were looking for a mullet role, though.
Right.
Like, we were actually going for...
it was actually kind of coiffed.
CrossFitter.
Yes,
that we were looking for.
CrossFitter.
Like, but then we Theo was like, "Oh, he can have a mullet. It's fine."
He's got a great entrance in the thing when he walks into the. I don't want to give too much away, but when he walks into a scene, it's just like perfect swagger.
Yeah.
Fucking CrossFit douchebag.
His name's Brilladen.
Yeah.
I love that you were said we were looking for CrossFit, and then we saw Theo, and we were like, okay, a mullet's good.
Yeah.
CrossFit went out the window. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Theo could possibly CrossFit. I don't know.
He could be a CrossFitter.
I don't know how well Theo would do. We know
feel like
Theo Anthony. Would Theo do well at CrossFit?
No, he would do it for about a minute and then realize it's stupid and go do something.
I did it for a month, like, because everybody was. I mean, I didn't know it was a thing yet. But
Was it research?
No. It was my friend was like, I was thinking about going to a gym, and there was one near me, and my friend's like, go to my CrossFit gym, and he's like, it's great, and I was like, I don't want to go to that because I don't like to talk to people, like even my friends. I'm like, I don't want to like be buddy, like, you know. So I went to a different one that was near my house, and it's like as soon as I was there, everyone's like, "What are you doing this weekend?" Like, we're doing all this stuff. It's like a weird friend.
Culty.
It's culty. It's like a friend. It's people like are filling their whole lives with it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
There's a CrossFit near my house, and it's right next to a yogurt land. So I just go to the yogurt land. I don't do the CrossFit. But every time I'm in there, it's just CrossFit people who are like, I fucking did 9,000 pull-ups, and I burned exactly half of this yogurt I'm about to fucking eat. Like, well, why did you even go?
Yogurtland is my home away from home. I actually get so much yogurt that I often have to get 2 spoons to make it look like I am eating for 2.
Well,
like I'm going to share it with someone.
You don't have to tell us that. You just said how lonely you are. We've assumed you're eating a lot of frozen yogurt.
Listen, I'm not as lonely as I used to be.
As soon as you say you don't even touch your own dick, we know you're eating a lot of frozen yogurt.
When I was
I'm
fat,
going to give you points for the honesty there.
Oh,
though.
thank you.
I'm
When
gonna
I
give
was
you 10 points.
When I was fat, and this was before the yogurt craze, I used to get Carvel cakes by myself and eat the whole thing by myself and have them write messages in like icing, such as like, Matt, it's okay. You're a good guy and things like that.
No, you
Take the
didn't.
So I
gun
felt
out of
better.
your mouth.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I would tell them,
Don't
can you
jump in front of the bus.
Can you cook a gun in there so by the time I get to the center, like I'll know what to do? Ooh, hymns.
No, Matt, it's not a place where you can meet dudes, bro.
What is it?
It's a place you can go if you're a guy and you're having some problems
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
and you want to solve them.
you want to solve them. And
Yeah.
part of the problem, I think, in men's health these days is men are, and I know in my family too, are too macho to go to the doctors or to admit that something's wrong, and they get nervous, and so they won't do it. But something where you go to HIMS, which is a place where you can get help for sexual performance issues, for hair loss.
Oh yeah, if you're missing hair, if you're missing erections, you can get it there.
Yeah, you can. And you can do it privately and get the help. I think that a lot of people go without the help because they're just too proud to do it, right?
Yeah, don't be running around with that soft weenie. You know what I'm saying? You could freaking grow your hair out. You could do whatever you want, dude. You could have cornrows and a solid erection in just a couple of weeks, pretty much. So you can go to forhims.com. That's FORHIMS.com/Theo. And you can try Hims for a month today for just $5.
Wow, $5.
$5, man. You know, you've probably spent $5 on yourself before, haven't you?
I have. I mean, and something like this would normally cost hundreds of dollars if you went to the pharmacy, if you went to the doctor.
Oh, yeah. If you at the pharmacy, the doctor, you running all these crazy pills. You at the gas station buying them, rhinoceros pills to get your wiener right at night. Those things made my nose bleed down in Miami one time.
It's a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness, just for men. Forhims.com/Theo.
That's it. Forhims.com/Theo.
So your special, which isn't your typical like stand-up special by any means.
Yeah.
It is, how do you describe it?
Well, it's the last special I did was kind of the more traditional standing in front of a theater and playing music. And this one I wanted to just kind of do like almost like a rock movie, kind of like Pink Floyd's The Wall. That was the original idea, is like, I'll just do wall-to-wall music and have some like story that kind of threads the whole thing together. And so this ends up being about me and my like longtime girlfriend.
Is that your real girlfriend?
No.
Okay.
No. That's Esther Pavitsky.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if maybe you guys were together for real.
But it's me and my longtime girlfriend in the show going to a brunch with her friends, and I'm just in hell the whole time.
Right.
So I'm
Very relatable.
Yeah.
Every guy has been to a horrific brunch.
Yeah. I was originally going to call the album Suicide and Caesar Salads, and at the end I was going to blow my brains out at the end of the brunch, but then I ended up changing it.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
a little
feel like-
dark.
No, I feel like all comedy specials should end with suicide. especially when they're in front of a live audience.
Quite a few comedians' real lives end in that,
Yeah.
in that, unfortunately. But
They just don't save it for the stage.
They just-
Save it for the stage.
exactly. So you're going to brunch with her and her friends, and then when things that spark your interest happen, you break into song.
Yeah, well, it kind of zooms into my head, and you
Right.
kind of see my thoughts in song, and then we have music videos.
And these songs have to do with the Kardashians.
Yep, I did one kind of talking about how I watched I didn't even actually watch it. I just kind of Wikipedia'd the episode synopsis of every single episode of that show, and I put it into a storyline just to kind of remind everybody the origins and how this happened. And then the point of the song is like, we have been paying attention to her for so long that she not only will, when people look back, she'll like basically be like one of these Marilyn Monroe icons that defines a decade, and that's completely our fault. Like, we did it to ourselves. That's what we'll be remembered for.
I thought it was interesting, like in the OJ documentary, it showed that during his trial, he was watching TV at one point, and Kim Kardashian was on a show plugging her new reality show, The Kardashians. And now OJ, then it was his new trial, and he went to jail for like 10 years, and he's out, and that shit's still on the air.
On the air.
It's fucking crazy.
And it started because she, wanted to be famous because they got a little taste of it when they were kids, because their dad knew OJ. And then she was like Paris Hilton's assistant.
Oh, I worked at TMZ for many, many years, so I'm familiar with the Kardashians of it all.
And so then she saw Paris Hilton get famous from the blowjob, and then she was like, I got an idea.
Yeah. And she eclipsed Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
And
now,
her whole family
Paris is her
came
assistant.
over. Yeah, completely. But you do have one of the best lines ever written about the Kardashians, which is one of the refrains, which is, if you want to make it in the world today, sometimes you got to fuck Moesha's brother. Which means because Kim Kardashian did her sex tape with Ray J is brothers with Brandy, who played Moesha, right?
Yeah, he played Moesha's brother on the show.
Oh, too?
I think,
really?
Yeah, I think.
Ray J and Brandy are real.
See, I knew that because that's why that performance was so nuanced. Because he was her actual brother. Because everyone always lauded his performance.
There's been a lot of
all the Emmys that Moesha won.
People have wondered where that came from.
Yeah, that's where it is.
And
he's very method.
He's very method. So, are you afraid at all for vitrios or any kind of what's the word?
Are you afraid that Brandy's going to kill you with her car, as she has done to somebody else?
I don't mean Brandy. I meant
allegedly. Not thought of that.
Yeah.
I meant the Kardashians.
What has she got to lose right now?
Yeah, that's
Let me
true.
Get 5 points for that.
You're giving it to Matt. That's
I'm sorry. The whole thing's been flipped.
God, it's all fine.
So are you worried from any clapback from the Kardashians?
No. I don't have any connection with them.
Wouldn't
whatsoever.
you be flattered if you got it though?
If they got mad at me,
you're like, they watched my special.
I'd be like,
awesome.
you don't have feelings. Come on, don't bullshit me.
You should when you are promoting, because I know you're doing
You're reptilians from the center of the earth. We all know it.
Even reptiles can cry. I don't know why we sound like robots.
You should because you're doing like a 24-hour takeover of Comedy Central, right?
Yeah.
To promote this because
on 420.
On 420.
Whoa.
You should at some point tag the Kardashians in this stuff. You'll get a lot of.
Oh yeah.
In social media, you should definitely tag them.
I should. Yeah.
You'll get a lot of other views.
Because I've put it on Twitter, but I haven't added them. Which is called, what is it called? It's when you
hashtag
subtweeting, like when you don't mention the person you're talking about.
I'm not that familiar with it.
I'm in my 30s.
That's a Twitter term.
You're doing 24 hours straight Facebook Live promotion. That is fucking insane.
I'm doing a 24-hour long talk show, and the premise is I got 24 hours on the air, so I'm going to try to solve every problem that the world has in 24 hours. So every hour I'll have a different topic and different guests on. So the first hour we'll do the Middle East, and we'll try to fix that. Second hour we'll do racism, and then I'm having a open mic night. I've put ads up on Craigslist, so I have all these hundreds of people who have applied to do this open mic night. So I'm just going to keep cutting to them.
Oh, that's funny.
It's going to be like an old school telethon.
That's awesome.
That's so great because one of these open micers,
but not raising money for anything.
Not raising, just trying to raise awareness for my special.
Yeah. Raising money for you.
Yeah.
But one of these open micers is going to get on, and they're going to use that as their credit for the next year.
Yeah, that's true.
You know from Trevor Moore's Facebook Live 24-hour comedy special promotion thing.
This show will be the most referenced IMDb.
That's true.
And true.
Uncredited guest star on Trevor Moore.
That's true. Man, so some of the other topics that you kind of tackle in the show include bullies.
Bullies, yes.
Which is an interesting stance on bullies.
I take a probably not popular stance on it.
That was the closest to I don't get offended by anything. And I wasn't offended by anything.
Right.
But if I were to get offended, it would have been that bullies giving a little more credit. But I get the joke in it.
There's an ecosystem. For example.
Yeah, please.
When I was a kid, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were very popular.
Yes.
You know, and so I would play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with all my friends at school.
Yes.
Like we had the toys and we'd play like that. And then summer happened. I went home for summer and I lived far away from my school, so I didn't really see much of my friends over the summer. I come back the next fall, and I bring all the turtles, and I'm like, "This is great. We're all going to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." And I start bring them out at lunch, and everyone like the bully kid is like making fun of me the whole day. He's like, "You're too old for that," and all this stuff. And so then I put the turtles away, and I learned. I was like, "Oh, okay. I'm too old to be playing with toys at lunch now." And he kind of set me straight, and then the rest of high school was fine.
Yeah, but conversely, Shredder was a bully.
Right.
And if the turtles would have stopped being ninjas, just think how much joy they wouldn't have brought to that city. You
That's
know what
true.
I mean? You could have kept playing. I mean, I got bullied for playing with action figures when I was a kid, and I kept doing it, and I still had a lot of fun with it. I mean, it didn't make me any less unpopular, but I had a good time
But
with
see,
it.
that's what bullies are trying to do. They're trying to make you popular. Like they're like, "This is the path. This is how you do it." I don't know.
I feel like
it's just a take.
You know what's funny though? You're right though. In middle school, bullies are the most popular kid.
Yes.
And then when you get to high school, bullies aren't really popular anymore either. It's
Right.
like they're always like an outlier, just like the fucking people they're making fun of are.
Yes.
That's true.
Neither of them are cool.
Once football comes into play, like the bullies aren't popular anymore. Yeah.
Not to bring it down, but the guy who bullied me killed himself.
Nice.
Really?
Well, if you weren't meaning to bring it down, what were you meaning to do?
Well, I think I was meaning to.
Did it happen while
Forget
you
it.
were,
No, no.
while you were in high school?
Yes,
or
it did.
Later in
It
life?
did.
Oh, wow.
It did.
You know what it was? Because he beat him up. He beat up Matt so much. He was like, "I've peaked. There's nothing left.
never gonna
I've
get
made
better."
a kid cry and
I
shit
turned-
his pants at the same time. I'm like Michael Jordan. There's nothing else I
I
can do.
turned him gay. You can't really do more than that. No, I was gay to begin with. I just didn't know, but he kind of like drove it home.
Bullies are perceptive.
I'm going to give you 100 points for
Well, no, actually,
having
you're
your-
giving me
for
100
having
points.
your bully.
I am curious to see what your the feedback is from your special, because you do have interesting stances on a lot of things, including CrossFit, including bullies, including
I love the one you
computers.
did. Your computer becoming self-aware.
Yeah, I
That's
spilled cocaine on it, and that's what you need to
it's
turn
so
it into the
great.
singularity.
You got your computer and then
Yeah.
becomes self-aware and wants more coke. You got it at a strip club. It's
We go
fucking
time
awesome.
traveling, and me and Harriet Tubman,
Yeah, what do they do?
we have sex with Hitler.
Yeah, you're not wearing.
No, but we rape him. Like it's not like
yeah.
consensual sex. So it's that was a note that I remember they had. They were like, "We can't have you guys rape Hitler," and I was like, "Well, it can't be consensual. Like if it's Hitler, you gotta rape him." Like
They're like, okay, but like, don't fucking pinch his nipples or like anything
right?
that's gonna make him enjoy it.
you shouldn't enjoy
Seriously.
it either. You should be doing it out.
I
of
don't want to
hate.
see any Hitler smile. Like Hitler can't come. Okay, that's the only fucking rule.
So wait, so what? Seeing what ended up in the special, what didn't?
No,
Was there
wasn't
anything that
much.
crossed the line?
There wasn't much that they. No, the only.
Well, we did skull fuck baby Jesus, but that's
Yeah.
Viacom. That's just Viacom.
There was slight things like where it was like when you're showing everybody fucking Hitler, you can't show contact.
Oh,
Like so you couldn't see. So we had to be a
insert
little.
like.
Well, like even like if you look at the video, and everyone should go and like look at this thing like this is a Pruder film. We'll
Yes,
slow it
yes.
down frame by frame. But there's a little a gap of air, so we're never actually touching them. So that was the way that we kind of that was. I love like when S&P. When you get into these weird conversations, and then people you start talking about it's like me and Harriet Tubman fucking Hitler,
Yeah.
and then that goes away. And it's just
It's not even about that
It's
anymore.
not about that. It's just about the actual
Like, how close are you going to be to fucking
yeah,
Hitler?
but then you have all these emails, and then it comes back, and you realize again how absurd it is what you're talking about. It's always like my favorite part of like the process.
I always imagine those people are like, they're caught up in the process. They're writing a million emails all day, like, okay, but you can't touch Hitler's this, and then like it's over, and they just look at their thread, and they're like, what have I done with my life? What the fuck kind of piece of shit lawyer failure am I that I'm like regulating Hitler being fucked by Harriet Tubman?
That's true.
And
And
I'm
you
just
like
cock blocking the joy
I don't know.
of it
Maybe they enjoy it. Maybe they're the first line of defense
I literally.
against humor.
against people seeing.
That's true. I literally wrote down the "fuck Hitler" with Harriet Tubman freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah,
But in a
Well,
good
edgy.
way. It's very edgy.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I wouldn't want it any other way. Well, Hitler's. I mean, it's not the only one you fuck.
Oh no, we do all the villains through history. We do Pol Pot. Bin Laden.
Did you do George Washington?
We did George Washington, threw him in there for good measure.
Villain?
Well, I don't know. He's collateral damage. Things got a little.
You never know who shows up at the gangbang.
Things got crazy.
I've been there.
He had slaves, probably.
That's true. Yeah,
so
that's true.
So we can throw him in there. We did the guys who said they walked on the moon.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Armstrong. So we fucked a lot of people.
Well, sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Just another day in the life of Trevor Moore, man.
What makes it the story of our time?
Well, that's a reference to. Well, there's two references to it. One is that the whole thing is the special is all these people talking about all these social issues of the day. So it's kind of like the whole thing is the story of our times. But then also it's saying that in the song, The Story of Our Times, it's saying that because of the attention that we have, paid to the Kardashians, like all these other time periods have great works like, Beowulf,
Right.
The
This is
Great
the story
Gatsby.
of our times.
And it's like because we have given them so much power and put so much focus on them, they are going to be the people that represent our time
Like
period.
this is the canon. This is like the literature
Yeah.
canon.
This
of
is
our,
when,
yeah.
when you look back at the 50s, you're like, oh, Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, like whatever, like that. Like when people look back
They're
at
not
this
gonna-
time, they're going to see the Kardashians, and that's on all of us.
That's not far off. That's completely true.
Yeah.
That's
And you used to work at
completely
TMZ, so you're really responsible.
Well, it's a chicken or an egg thing. I feel like people crave it, right? So who's really responsible?
You.
Okay.
Point me.
Yeah, I'll give you points. For that.
So what's it like for you when you go drive down the street and you see yourself, because the billboard is your picture on it?
Yeah.
What's it like for you when you see that? Is it
was
surreal? Is it weird?
Yeah, it was. The one I saw. The only one I saw was the sunset one.
Drive down Los Angeles.
Oh, and I was driving, and it was above the Pink Dot, which is my favorite liquor store. And
Oh, you drink?
huh? Oh yeah,
I'm just kidding. I figure.
all the time.
Yeah, we could smell it coming in, man.
Yeah. And I was driving down and I saw it and I knew they were putting billboards up. I didn't realize it was going to be that big. And I was like, whoa. And I did a really stupid thing where I instinctively, it's also really kind of lame that I did this. I pulled my phone out and tried to take a picture.
Oh, you got to do that.
But I was driving. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I shouldn't be doing that.
What a great way to die, though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
like it would just be the douchiest death of all time. Trying to photograph self in front of Billboard.
I am a bad picture taker because I have a shake, so I can't take pictures with iPhone. It always says it. But I saw that one and I actually tried to do it, and
really?
it did not work at all.
It's a really cool billboard.
It's really cool.
How does that happen? Like, how does a billboard get designed? Do you get to say yes or no?
Yeah, so that's the album cover. And so we, when I realized I was going to call it The Story of Our Times, like with the music video for that song is kind of, it's telling their Kardashian story, but it's also going into this sort of like old Disney Sleeping Beauty style animation.
Storytelling wise.
Yeah, so that's what we used for the
cool.
cover of the album, and then they put that up there.
It's pretty dope, man.
You don't need I guess it's parody of them, right? So you can.
No, they're public figures. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. They can sue me, whatever. I have like a production
Dude, you got
company
Comedy
that I can just-
Central money, dude.
Yeah,
You don't
seriously.
No, but you have these production companies so people can see, and then you can just walk away and burn it to the ground. It's fine.
That's a good point.
By the way, the
And they're
album
lucky to be working with you.
the album drops itself on the 21st or 20th.
Yes, 20th. 420.
20th,
Yeah.
and then the 24th is the uncensored version of the special comes out.
Oh,
or is
okay.
available that I saw on C.
Yeah, there's
Comedy
going to be a
Central.
lot of bleeps.
I was gonna say, is that
They get all the air away from Hitler. Then it is full. It's full penetration.
Oh, you should see what we do to Hitler. on the outside. Hitler's going to rethink all that stuff.
They
again.
give Hitler eight Reichs.
oh man, that's funny.
Thank
You
you.
Points.
can
I'm
give
giving
him a
points.
point for
5
that.
points.
I do comedy from time to time
Yeah.
when
5 points.
Theo's busy.
That reminded me. This is a segue, or not segue, non sequitur. I met Katy Perry 2 nights ago,
Oh.
Hey.
and I tried to
Tell
take a
us.
picture with her, and I cannot take pictures. It's blurry. It's always blurry. And so what I do is I take the picture, and hopefully someone's there with me, but they weren't. And I was like, "Hey, Katie, can I get a picture?" She said, "Sure." I took the picture. I look at it. I was like, Katie, can I try again? And that was her in to say, "Let me hold it." Right. And that happens about half the time. So I'll be with celebrities who are really cool, and they'll do it, and they'll say, "Oh, wait a minute."
That's actually way cooler because anytime someone shows you like a picture of a celebrity, you're like, well, it looks like you're taking a picture and they want to fucking die.
Right,
You've got
exactly.
them actually
Like
involved.
Kate Hudson's
Right.
like, "Oh, I'll take
Now it looks
or
like
whatever."
Katy Perry asked you for a picture.
She wouldn't do it. So I took it again, and it came out even worse, right? And so this was at the screening, the premiere. I went to the premiere of Westworld. After, at the party, I'm like, I'm never going to be in a room with Katy
God,
Perry
you asked
again.
a third time?
So I went up to her a third time. This time I had my friend with me to take the picture. And I said, "Katie, I am so sorry, but neither of those pictures came out." And she goes, "Oh, that's a shame." And I said, "Can I get another picture?" And she was like, "No."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, damn!" She totally just like. I was like, "Fair enough." You're right.
Kudos to Katie on that one.
Wow.
Complete
Honestly,
kudos.
the fact that she gave you 2 is already pretty
And she was
generous.
incredibly sweet, and I totally get it. But I have pictures with people like that you can't even tell who they are. It's like, this is my picture with Diane Lane, and it looks like a picture with some kind of apparition that was just walking by. I'm terrible with pictures. Terrible.
I right when I was in college, I got like an internship at Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
So I was Lorne Michaels' intern.
So you saw everybody.
Yeah. So my job, like when on show nights, was that I would just take Lorne's guests around and make sure that they were comfortable, they were having a good time at the show and everything. So
Not too shabby.
No, it's fun. I got to meet a lot of cool people. And one night I was supposed to make sure that George Lopez was having like a good time, and Jay-Z was on the show.
Oh.
And so George Lopez really wanted to meet Jay-Z. And so like we went up and talked to him, and Jay-Z's like, "Sure." So
Like you had to do the introduction.
I had to do the picture.
Oh, the picture.
So George Lopez gives me the camera to take the picture of him and Jay-Z, and I take the picture, and I gave it to him. And then he's like, "That's so awesome, I met Jay-Z." And he's looking at it, and I guess you can push down fully, and that
Right.
takes the picture. I only pushed down halfway, so I didn't take the picture. And
So it didn't cut.
It didn't go. So they had to go back to Jay-Z and be like, "The kid doesn't know what he's doing," and so I had looked really dumb in front of like one of the coolest people.
Wow. I was with a friend, and we met David Beckham, and he said, "Will you take the picture of me and David Beckham?" I said, "I'm telling you, it's going to suck." And he's like, "No, you're good. You're good." Took the picture, completely blurry. He's like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "I told you it's going to suck. Like, I'm not lying
I hate
about
when
my
people
shakes."
in general, like not even with celebrities. If you're ever at a beach and some couples, like, you take a picture of us, and then like sometimes you're like, yeah, you do it, and then they look at the picture and they just look
Yeah, I know.
angry at you. They're just like, ugh.
Or they go,
You call yourself a photographer? You're like, no, I don't. I was just fucking taking a walk.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, Trevor, you've done a lot over the years as a comedian, and you have acted, and you had the Whitest Kids, and the TV show. I'm sure you've run into a lot of celebrities over the years.
A couple.
Anybody like ever come up to you that you were surprised was a fan?
So we were doing a show there's this show this place called Rafifi in New York. That was you could do like shows there and stuff. So the Whitest Kids was doing a show with John Daly and Brett Gelman and John Gemberling. I don't know, you know those guys?
Yeah.
But, yeah. So we did like a week of shows together. We kind of made this like giant sketch group, and we were. And we were doing a really stupid sketch about like people time traveling back in time and a stegosaurus. They were going back in time so they could get blowjobs from stegosauruses.
Of course.
That was like the premise of the sketch. It was really
That's the
stupid.
only reason I'd go back in time.
But and I'm drawing a blank on his name, which is
The celebrity?
The celebrity. But it's a playwright, famous playwright who also
Shakespeare.
who also has a name like an astronaut.
Shakespeare.
The guy who did
Sam
Jesus
Shepard.
Christ
Sam
Superstar?
Shepard.
Sam
Yes,
Shepard.
Sam Shepard. And there was only like 10 people in the audience, but Sam Shepard was one of the guys in the audience, and we're like, "Holy shit, that's
What the
Sam
fuck is Sam
Shepard.
Shepard
What the
doing
fuck
here?"
Yeah, exactly. And so then afterwards, we like went up to him and we were like, "Hey, thanks for coming to the show." And he was like, "I like the time travel sketch." And we were like, "Oh, you didn't call it the Stegosaurus blowjob sketch," but like, yeah, he took the classy way. He's like, "I like the time travel sketch." Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah.
I think he just
He
passed.
just died, yeah.
Was married to Jessica Lange, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that was his wife. Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Mo?
I I was one time in Mexico in a teeny little town, and Sam Shepard and Jessica Lange were in this teeny little fucking restaurant.
You're kidding.
No, I'm serious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
He's everywhere.
No one really said anything, but he was talking about this awesome sketch where this Tyrannosaurus finger banged this kid who had gone back in time. I don't know if it was your guys' sketch, but he was very
No, it wasn't a finger banging.
So then don't even take the comment because he's just into dinosaur sex.
I think
that had nothing to do with you.
That's the play he was working on when he passed. So
he
maybe one day.
jacked your idea.
Wow. Wow. That's funny.
Yeah. Have I ever had someone who's like a fan?
Yeah.
I did an episode one time of this show Partners on CBS, and Sophia Bush's mom told her that she was really excited that they had gotten Mo Mandel to do a guest star.
What?
So I don't know if that's exciting, but
That's really cool.
Yeah, I guess she knew me from Chelsea lately.
Wow, that's very cool.
It's not that cool, but it's as good as I got.
No,
You get points for
it's
it.
good enough. Yeah,
5
for
points.
sure. Anybody want to ask me?
Yeah, have you?
Oh, what? What are you talking
I was
about?
going to respond no. But Trevor beat me to
I
it.
thought you were starting it off with the Katy Perry thing. So
No,
but-
she didn't know who the fuck I was.
okay.
Honest to God's truth, this was when I was on TMZ and I was on it. I went to the premiere of the new Muppets movie, the first new Muppets movie.
Right.
And I was with my
And
brother.
Gonzo was like, dude,
Gonzo
I
was
love
like,
your work.
blow
We have
me.
the same nose.
Yeah. Hey. No, of all people to come up and say, "Are you on TMZ?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I'm a big fan. Can I get a picture with you?" And I was like, "Sure." Sir Anthony Hopkins.
No way.
Honest to God's truth, my brother was there with me, and we were like, "What the fuck?"
He likes-
apparently Sir Anthony, and so I
That's
went back
amazing.
afterwards, and I've seen him talk about TMZ and how much he enjoys it because he thinks we take ourselves too seriously as a culture, whatnot, and that he thinks TMZ takes the shit out of things and really loves it.
I wonder if he just hates actors, and so he watches it, and
Probably.
he's like, get him, get him, get him.
Yeah. And then he show to everyone he hates. He shows the picture of me and him together. Like, look, I'm with the enemy.
I'm on their
I
side.
just don't know if I like that knowing that about Anthony Hopkins because he seems like such a smart, brilliant guy.
What's not smart about that?
I don't know. Though I mean, him being a fan of yours makes total sense. But I just mean like him. I just feel like he's going through old plays, like dusty fucking volumes. You know, I just seem to be like, look what Usher's doing. It just doesn't
I don't
really
know. That's
vibe
true.
with what I think of him.
But there's also that thing of like smart people never have to tell people they're smart. So maybe he's like so smart, that
Right.
He's
Maybe
like
he's not smart at all, though.
transcended. Yeah.
Maybe he just talks smart. Because
that's
Anthony
it.
Hopkins
'Cause he's an
speaks like
actor.
he's smart. Maybe he's fucking retarded.
He
I'm also
didn't
not
invent all
sure
those
how
robots.
sober he was. I'm really questioning that at the point, actually.
He woke up and he was like, "Oh, it was fucked up. That's not the black guy with the dreads."
But here is the best, and then we'll get it. I took a picture with Chrissy Metz, from This Is Us. She's the really big lady on This Is Us. I look fantastic. Grinder photo, because when you're standing next to, no offense, Chrissy Metz, 400-pound Chrissy Metz, doesn't matter how bad I look fucking good.
Right.
So that's my new Grinder photo. And now
Nice.
people are all...
And how's it working out?
It's great because I can always say, "Oh, I'm the one on the right," like I'm making a joke too.
And they're like, hacky, but also suck his dick. in
Yeah,
this
pretty
bathroom
much. They're like, "I didn't even need a picture. Like, what's your address? Is there a hole there?" That's all I need.
Oh, yeah, does a hole live at that address?
That's pretty much all it is. So hey, when you were when you worked at SNL, and you were like an assistant, and you're a comedian. Did you ever strive or attempt to be on the show?
No, I was because I was an intern, and I had to keep it secret because I was doing like Whitest Kids at that time, but it was like they're like, "Oh, if they find out you do comedy, they will kick you out of here."
Why?
Like, because they don't want I think they don't want people doing the job trying to get on the show.
Who do they think wants to be an intern? Someone who's just in it for the love of interning?
Yeah.
I'm just really passionate about working for free, Lauren. So how do I get involved in the free market?
I think they want people who are interested in the production side.
Okay.
You know,
Okay,
and
fair
so it was kind
So you
of
had
like
to keep it like a dirty secret.
exactly.
Your comedy, a dirty
Yeah.
secret. Okay, but then did that inspire you to ever want to try out for SNL?
Not real. I mean, what was cool about it is I would look at all the scripts. It was like a cool class because like you'd see the scripts on Tuesday and then you'd watch how the writers would change them through the week, and it was kind of like a sketch writing class in that way. But then no, I never auditioned.
Interesting.
No.
Did when you became a big sketch star, did Lauren reach out to you and be like, "Hey,
No,
really?
No.
That's kind of weird."
yeah.
Because surely,
well, I think I didn't. I don't think I became that big of a sketch star. I think that's why that happened.
No, Whitest Kids, is a pretty iconic sketch
yeah,
group.
completely.
Yeah. You guys have one
Huge
of the best jerk-off sketches of all time.
Top three.
Top three, yeah.
Top three.
What else is in the top 3?
Louis C.K. just off camera. It wasn't really. We didn't go viral because no one filmed it, but
That's really funny.
But it's got a lot of word of mouth.
It's really like people were into it.
Yeah.
So
Gets a lot of press.
Here's something else I read. So your parents were Christian rock singers?
Yes.
Are they still with us?
Yes, they are.
Are they still Christian rock singers?
They are not anymore.
Are they still Christian?
Yes.
They switched to Muslim jazz. Hare Krishna EDM. It's not popular.
So wait, what do they think of your unclean sense of humor?
They don't like. I mean, it's a weird thing where like they're very supportive. And they're very like, I think they're proud that I've been able to make a career doing this, but they hate what I do.
Do they really?
Oh yeah, they like. Well, when Whitest Kids like first started out, and we'd put videos up on YouTube and stuff. Like my dad would go around behind us and like flag them as like inappropriate.
No way.
Yeah, and then he'd call me.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he'd call me and be like, I saw that video you put up about the Stegosaurus blowjob, and and he's like, I thought it was really inappropriate, so I flagged it. And then he'd be like, oh, also that tree fell down in the back, like, and just switch back to a normal conversation. I'm like, oh, thanks, Dad.
Wow.
Have they evolved at all? Will they watch your
Will
special?
they watch this special?
I don't know if they'll watch the special, but they don't get upset at me anymore. They just don't.
So if they saw you,
we don't talk about it.
That's like my sexuality, pretty much. They're cool with that. We just don't talk about it.
Yeah, but he gets paid a lot more for disappointing his parents.
Yeah,
than you do.
I pay. I often am paying with my sexuality. Wait,
I'm
so
gonna give points. I'm gonna give points.
points to everybody.
That's great.
So, like, if they saw you, because in the scene you're like doing coke off your computer or stuff,
Right.
Would they know it's a joke, or would they disapprove? Would they just not even?
Yeah, no, they would
address it.
God, I think I haven't talked to them about that.
Can
one.
we call them right? No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
I might call them during the 24-hour show.
You should.
Yeah, but they would be like, I don't know why you have to do that, kind of thing, or like you don't really do coke, do you? Like that kind of
Right.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you a big coke guy?
No.
Okay.
Are you
No.
a big weed guy?
No, I'm not really. I'll do it every now and then before I go to sleep.
Are you
But
going?
I don't like getting high.
Coke?
No,
That's a terrible
yeah.
That's why you don't enjoy it.
Yeah. I don't like getting high around people.
Huh?
That's
Why?
like I don't know because I don't find myself fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I'm a
And you're
like
conscious of
I'm a
it.
fun drunk. I'm a nice drunk. Like I never get dark. Like I'm just kind of a friendly guy when I'm drunk.
Well, that's
but
nice.
if on pot, I just start like just thinking. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't talk for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a,
The worst is
yeah.
when you get high and you don't talk for 10 minutes, but you didn't realize you didn't talk for 10 minutes. So you try to like respond to something in the conversation, but you're like 3 topics too late.
Yes.
I remember being in college and getting high, and then like this girl said something funny, and then I just turned to everyone and was like, "Let's all kiss the maiden, then." And everyone, I guess it must have been like 10 minutes later, everyone's like, "What the fuck just happened?" And like those people never talked to me really again for my whole 4 years of college.
Wow. That's
why
funny.
I don't like weed, because it's like, God, it's what you're experiencing is so not evident to everyone around you. Like, if you're really drunk, people are like, look at that guy swaying. Everyone knows he's drunk. Weed, you could be sitting there like you're just totally involved, but you're in fucking Narnia.
Yeah.
Like, you're in a completely different world.
But you had a thing like high in church, right?
Yes.
So was that offensive to them?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No. They're not happy with it.
Okay.
What if you use one of their old Christian rock songs in like your credit sequence?
Yeah.
Oh, they would hate that.
They would hate that.
Yeah.
The filthy comedy over, and then it goes to, and Jesus, Mary, and Joseph went down. I don't know how it sounds.
I just find it fascinating. Is it I'm getting serious, but is that difficult for you?
Well, the weird thing about it is that it's definitely was at first. Like because I I did a movie, and I don't think my parents went to see that. And
Miss March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of like, oh, that's it's a little weird that like your parents don't go to but also I get it.
Yeah.
Like that's they have a very defined belief system, and it must be disappointing to them that I like do stuff that goes against that, and so I get it. Like and also it's been so long now.
Yeah.
That it's we're kind of getting good at it. Where it's like we don't really talk about it that
personally
much.
believe in God?
I think there's probably a God. Yeah. I have a hard time saying a definitive answer on anything because I know that there's no way that I could know.
Right.
Like, and that's the thing that always like, sticks with me when people say like, I know this. I'm like,
Right.
well, how?
Right.
Like, it's like, there's no way to 100% know. So,
Right.
so I guess what is that? Agnostic?
No, just
I think that's-
suspicious.
That's suspicious.
That's my
But if
religion.
you
is
take that
suspicion.
attitude about it, then like that's pretty much you can answer that to anything.
anything, yeah, pretty
You know?
much.
and that is my answer to everything.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
when your girlfriend, do you love me? Look, it's possible.
There
I
is-
cannot. Who can make a thing? Maybe.
Who knows that when I,
don't
say
know.
love, it
What
means
am
the
I
same thing
supposed
that
to
you're
do?
being. Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I have a wife.
You have a wife?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got a whole wife.
A full one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
7 years ago.
Wow.
But we've been together 14 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we met in the Page program at NBC, like when I was like at Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
Whoa. What is she? Was she? She was in it for the production, though.
No, she was also a Page. Like she was also.
Yeah, but she wasn't doing it for secret comedy purposes.
No, she was
No,
doing
she's
it.
still a page.
Yeah.
She was in it to be a page. She
She's-
had accomplished what she
done a-
wanted to do.
She's done a horrible job.
No,
she's still there.
Her name is now Tina Fey. She's done very well over at SNL. What is she in the business?
Yeah, yeah. She works in development.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Can I slip her
at Comedy Central?
No, no.
Oh, it all adds up. Okay.
Does she want to read
That
a
would have been
script?
sweet.
That's why you got the fuck
That'd have been
Hitler.
awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Do you have a kid?
I just had a kid.
Oh,
like 7
congrats.
months ago. Yeah.
Whoa.
How old is he?
He's 7 months old.
No.
Points.
All right.
Mo, I don't remember you being this funny.
I was really phoning it in last time.
I appreciate
Well, last
it.
time you couldn't be funny. John C. McGinley was so fucking intense.
That's true.
And by the way,
Do you remember what he said when he first came in?
Yeah, he was just. Yeah, I do. And here's the thing.
Can I talk about
I'm
Ben
a-
Stiller for a little bit?
I'm
Yeah,
a
for
huge-
sure.
I
No.
love Ben Stiller. Like he's like my favorite guy. So to see someone hate a guy that much was like, God damn, this is like how. But the first thing he said to us is, he goes, "Hey guys, and I like John C. McGinley. I mean, he's a really good actor. He goes, if you guys, it's good. This will be fun. If you guys say anything about retards or make fun of special needs people, I'll just walk out." We're like, whoa.
That was his.
That was his salvo.
That was immediately what he said. That being said, he has a child who
Sure.
is special needs.
But
or
I don't. I
whatever.
was like, that
But it was
wasn't
an
like on the
interesting-
agenda.
That's all I could think of the whole time. Was like, don't say it, Matt. Yeah, no, it was
Like-
a little weird a little weird way to start.
You're
a podcast.
you're like if he hadn't have said it, he'd be like, all right, well, now it's on to our next topic we do every week. Ain't it slow news? Where we look at a slow kid around America and just talk about him.
Yeah.
As we do every week. It's a huge segment.
Oh, man, but he was nice.
He was real nice,
He
dude.
was
Yeah, he
super
was like,
nice.
yeah, I mean,
That was fun.
I liked seeing how fucking intense he was because, like, yeah, dude.
He
This
took it-
Wait a minute.
He took
he
it
took it
seriously.
seriously.
I just realized something.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller made that movie with the term going full.
Yeah, he wasn't
That's
happy
why
about
he
it.
was not a
Was
big
that
fan.
why?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I just
Yeah.
figured it out right there.
He
Yeah.
never said that, but I always assumed that. I will say this about John C. He was real open about his acting process and stuff, which was
Yeah.
cool. But then I was also like, but you're just like a fucking super engaging person to watch when you're just sitting here.
Yeah, that's
so it's
true.
like you're just so intense. I would watch you just sit here. It would be interesting. I did Conan one time, and my opening joke for my little 5-minute stand up set, which is like everything's approved. You can't like change your act once you get there. Is like something about like. Yeah, my parents are getting older. My dad's getting older, which is exciting because it means I'm going to own a house soon. And anyway, so I'm like ready to do my little spin. I do a couple more jokes about like parent death, whatever, And they then Robert Patrick, that's his name, right? He
Yeah.
goes on right before me, and he's like, "My father died recently," and he goes on this really sad story about how his dad just died. And then he's sitting on the couch when I come out and have to do my joke. I'm like, this is really
Oh,
fucked.
jeez.
So I'm like backstage watching this, like, what? Why didn't no one fucking tell me about this?
You just incorporate it, be like, so, and after you do that joke, you'd be like, yeah, Robert knows what I'm talking about.
Robert, give it up top.
Wow.
Dead dads, up top.
Did you get a house?
Speaking of awkward situations, I'm currently pitching a TV show, and I had a pitch at Charlize Theron's company.
Nice.
Very excited about. The second they found out where I used to work, it went downhill so fast.
TMZ?
That they kicked me out of the room.
They kicked you out of the room?
They kicked me out. First, the guy read me the riot act for about 10 minutes and basically was like, who the fuck do you think you are? You think I'm taking you to Charlize Theron? You know, like, I'll lose my job if I bring someone like you, someone who was ever affiliated with TMZ. And I was like, okay, I understand. I'm really just here to pitch like a comedy, whatever. And then he started telling me, you know, you can't play both sides of the fence, you know, being in the, and I was like, all right, I got it. He's like, I've got a kid to feed. And I was like, dude, I have no idea what's going on. And then I got defensive of it. And then I was kind of like, okay, well, you know, I don't really think you know what TMZ really does, because he started saying like, they're probably out following Charlize's kids at school and stuff. I said, first off, I don't think TMZ really does anything on Charlize. Secondly, they wouldn't follow anybody's kids. You know, we get people outside of Craig's, you know, the restaurant. They don't do that sort of stuff. And thirdly, like, I'm kind of tired of celebrities kind of passing the buck, where it's like TMZ would get flack for, let's say, calling out Tristan Thompson as being a cheater. Well, Tristan Thompson's the one who cheated in the first place. So they passed the buck along. So I started to get defensive, and he did not like that. And so he told me to leave.
So when are you guys pitching the project?
Not happening.
Oh, damn.
It was supposed, you know.
I got in trouble with Charlize Theron once on Chelsea lately, where I would do this thing on Chelsea a lot where, like, I wouldn't even watch the movies that we were talking about.
Theo does that very often in the podcast.
And I would just be like, well, it's more fun to hate something. So they started talking about a movie. I was like, it's the fucking worst. And then it turns out Chelsea was really good friends with Charlize Theron, who was the star of the movie.
Yeah.
And they were like, you can never make fun of her on this show. I was like, well, someone should like give me her fucking friend list, because
yeah, who am I?
Just, like,
who's off limits?
Yeah, like, can I see like her cell phone so I see which numbers she got? Because or else I'm just going to assume I can fucking make fun of people.
Right.
Well, how was it funny? Like, it was a great movie. End of joke.
That's what they want.
She's friends with Chelsea.
Yeah, this is not good.
Do you have famous friends?
Not really.
No.
I mean, like mid-level, but not like real.
Who's the most famous person on your phone who would pick up right now if you called?
God, I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good question. Who's the most famous in yours?
I got Hank Azaria's number, but he certainly would not pick up.
Oh.
I think
I used to have
Bobby
Monica
Lee, maybe?
Lewinsky's. I used to have Monica Lewinsky's phone
that's
number.
No.
Yeah, because I stole it though. It wasn't because I'm friends with her.
How did you steal it?
You
I
overheard it?
stole it from like no, it was
He worked at an old dry cleaner, and Bill Clinton brought his suit in.
no, I used to steal all these celebrity phone numbers from like a Lorne Michaels Rolodex.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Did you ever use them though?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Use them tonight on Facebook.
I'd call them all. Oh yeah. I'd call people. I'd call Don Knotts. I'd call him every New Year's Eve at midnight. I would call him, and I'd be like, and it was great because he'd answer, like, and then he'd be like, "Hello," and I'd be like, "Happy New Year's, Don Knotts," and I just hang up, and I do that every New Year's Eve, and then he died,
Yeah,
and then that year it got to New Year's, and instinctively I went to my phone, and then it hit me, and I was like, oh, like, and then only then did I really experience the full loss of Don Knotts' death.
Yeah.
By the
you
way,
don't really know how special people are till they're gone.
Yeah.
You know,
very positive crank calls. I like it.
Yeah, it's Happy New Year.
It's not like "fuck you, Clay." It's like "Happy New Year, Don."
Although I kind of wish
Christina
he would have
Ricci.
done it like in February.
Yeah.
Because as he got older, he would have been like, "Oh shit, did I?
The years are just going by.
I miss this."
Wait, you used to call Christina
I used to
Ricci?
call Christina Ricci all the time. And I would, but that I would just do when I was going to a party, and because it would always go to her voicemail, and I'd just be like, "Hey, Christina, it's Trevor, going to this party on 13th and something like that. You should come by. It should be fun. There's a keg." Hang up like that, and I was like, maybe one time she's gonna think like, maybe I know this guy, and she's gonna go to the party. Never did.
One time I did a show, and the exec producer used to be the president of NBC, so he was like a big fish. And I asked him, I go, "What are the most famous numbers you have on your phone?" And he was like, Matt Damon, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow. He had everybody in Hollywood in his phone. George Clooney, and I was like, who would pick up right now if you called? And he was like, Howie Mandel. He said it with such a sense of loss.
It's a big difference who you have in your phone and who would actually pick up.
Oh, yeah.
Completely different. Yeah. Wow. And so, have you ever called Monica Lewinsky?
Oh yeah, Monica Lewinsky was really nice. Like, because I would do the same thing to her. Like, I'd do the Christina Ricci trick to her. I'd be like, "Monica, it's Trevor, going to a party. It's on 14th. Come out." And she would call back, and I would get a voicemail, and she'd be like, "Hey, I think you have the wrong number, and I just want to let you know that, so that way you don't think your friend just stood you up." And I was like, "That's the nicest thing in the world."
That's really sweet.
I think she's a stand-up person.
And so Lauren had a physical Rolodex.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I've done that.
That is like some
I've done
old
that.
school
Yeah.
Hollywood shit.
I've got emails for like Leonardo DiCaprio, Armie Hammer. They're all young, attractive guys. When I come to think of it, I'm thinking of the list.
You know why you're collecting them, Matt.
Yeah. No, I've never used them though. That takes balls. That's awesome.
I had Mick Jagger's cell phone. for a
What?
bit.
No way.
Nice.
Yeah, but I never used it because it was like a 011, like an England number, and I didn't have international.
But you got this comedy center. You could afford like a $5 phone call now. You should do it.
Well, I lost most of my numbers because in one of my phone
tragic.
transfers, like, I lost all of them, so I don't have them anymore.
But
I once had a meeting when I first got to town. I had this great agent who would like get me these amazing meetings, and I met with Brett Ratner at his house. And it was
I've heard about those meetings.
It was a very weird meeting because like he was. I don't want to say anything negative about. Well, I guess I can now. Actually,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
People don't love him.
So he was like nice enough, but it was just so weird because like he was like there was like 5 producers on the other side of the living room, and he would like yell out instructions to them about like stuff, and then he would come back to me like, "So you do comedy? That's great, man. That's awesome, guys. No, I don't want to use her. Use her. So you do comedy? That's great. Do we have this meeting? I guess he owed my agent a favor. Or what, I don't know. So he was completely uninterested in anything I was saying. And then he gives me his cell phone number. He goes, "Call me the next time you're going up around town. I come see you." And he was about this part of the movie. And I was like, "Well, that's fucking amazing." So sure enough, like a week later, I call him. He's like, "Who the fuck is this? How did you get this number?" And he like hung
amazing.
up. But then he called me back 5 minutes later. And he goes, "Hey, sorry, yeah, I can't go tonight. Yeah, hit up my assistant next time." And he just
Wow.
He did
At least he gave
apologize.
the callback.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
But
Wow.
It was kind of wild because then I saw him. I even told him that story at the Playboy Mansion when I was there about 6 months ago, and he was there, and Russell Simmons was there, and all these fucking models were just surrounding these guys, And now I'm like, whoa, both those guys are like in a very different place. Right
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
now.
Well,
He'd probably pick up now.
he was in a different place too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole landscape has changed.
It has really changed. I love all these sexual harassers getting outed because it really lowers the bar for my own behavior. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even know I was a good guy till 6 months ago. I had no idea how much of a mensch I am.
Like,
One
I've
of my
never
best-
jerked off in a potted plant. Not once.
Never.
Never?
No. On a potted plant? No.
Oh.
An
That was
unpotted plant,
Weinstein.
sure.
Yeah. That was Weinstein, right? It was the
Yeah,
plant. he
that
was the
was
plant
potted
guy.
plant.
Yeah.
One of my dear friends is Bruce Valanche, who is awesome and outgoing and great comedy.
Is he gay?
Yeah, he is. Newsflash.
I always thought I get a vibe.
In fact, he and I are going to the Saddle Ranch after this if you want to join us. No joke. And he said, "I'm just waiting for the call to say like, oh, Bruce Valanche touched me inappropriately." And I said, "Well, what would you say?" He'd say, "Damn straight I did." I was like, that's the answer. That's the right answer. So going back to your child, the weird segue. So you have a 7-month-old.
Yes.
And you live in Hollywood.
Yes.
And you're raising a child in Hollywood.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not interested in Hollywood.
Which gang is he going to join?
I'm, you know what?
Is it like preschool?
Is it after?
You have to apply early?
There's going to be totally different gangs by the time that he's
That's
like
true.
even interested.
That's
like,
true.
But yeah, he's
And
fine.
how's fatherhood like changed you?
It's good. I like it. Like, it's kind of, it's more fun to do nothing.
Yes.
Like just sitting around the house is actually kind of entertaining because you got him running around. And
Has it
stuff.
affected your comedy at all?
I don't think so. Like, but
Do you think maybe?
But I
like-
wrote this album before I had him, and I shot it so I would really not even know until like the next special or the next.
That's what I was
album.
thinking. If the next one, would you be conscious of my kid's going to see this eventually one day?
I don't think I would do that. I don't
Yeah.
think that would bother me because I mean the amount of stuff that I've already done
Yeah.
that he would probably end up seeing anyway. I think that
In
ship's
for a
already-
penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, that ship's
Might
already
as well.
sailed.
Yeah,
like that,
completely.
Do you think you'll gain a lot of material out of the kid? Like when you watch him sometimes, like because I'm thinking about having a kid just because my act I feel like has gotten stale, and I like just need some new shit to talk about.
When people have a kid to save the relationship, you're getting.
I might
to
just have a
save
kid
the
to
act.
save my
Mo,
career.
You should have had a kid 5 years ago, then,
All
pal.
right, asshole.
Sorry, Brett Ratner's calling me.
All right, take it.
You really want a kid?
No, I was just doing a shtick.
Oh,
No, I actually do want a kid.
I want a kid.
But I don't want to do anything that, like when I think of any things you have to do when you have a kid, it all sounds terrible. Now, did that sound like at the before you had a kid, were you like, this won't? Okay, like having a kid theoretically I want, but if
Yes.
someone's like, check this out, how'd you like to get up way earlier.
Totally.
Have less money. Your wife's gonna go through all kinds of physical change. You're gonna be woken up all the time, and then like for the rest of your life, like you're gonna have this responsibility. I'm like, well, that sounds all horrible.
Yeah, no.
But theoretically, I want this.
Right.
Did you feel that same way before?
Absolutely,
you
absolutely.
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm not destined to not be a father.
No, even when I was like down, like, all right, let's do this. Like, there was still kind of like, I hope this is good.
Yeah.
I hope this isn't. But and to be completely corny, like it doesn't bother you. Like after once you have a kid, it does, like all the stuff that you think's going to be annoying. Now I'm only in 7 months in.
Right.
Now 8 months it could turn, and I'm like,
you might get that 8 month itch when fathers want to abandon their kid.
But 7 months in, it's like, it's not annoying. Like even like, all the shit you got to clean up and stuff like that. It doesn't bother you.
Huh. I'm switching toppings again.
What was it like? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to ask one more question. What was it like making the kid? Because I heard, I've talked to a lot of friends who are like, that shit is difficult when you just have to like, when you're on like a schedule. Where like it takes all the sensuality out of sex, or like, all right, you got to pump it in 5 times between these 2 days.
Yeah, you try not to. I just try not to think about it that much. Like, kind of like, all right, well, now's around the time, kind of thing, and you just hope you just get lucky.
A friend of mine told me the story where he was like so done with. You gave a point after that? Did you give yourself a point?
No. Here's what happened. I realized I hadn't been giving points. It was basically like I got high and I hadn't been talking for a bit. I realized I hadn't been giving a point.
You're retroactively giving
So I'm just
points?
giving you guys some points.
I was like, I just got a point for asking about him having sex with his wife.
No,
All right,
that
we're
was-
figuring this guy out.
was
Even I was like,
unattached to that question.
Okay, that was from a question.
That was just a feeling.
Moving on. Let's go back to your question you're gonna ask.
When you do a Comedy Central special like this, do you make bank on it, or is it great money and like this sort of stuff?
It's good. It's good.
Like
Yeah.
enough to live on money.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's they, when you do like a special, like it's pretty good. And you're not like,
Is it enough money that you could take a picture of the check, send it to your parents, and say, "Who does God love more than you?" How much money did you ever make off your Christian rock album?
No,
Was that too dark?
No,
Was that too dark?
look, I'll give you
me
points.
a point.
I'm
Give me
giving
a
you
point.
points for it.
There you go. See if you can figure out if I'm mad or Mo. Oh, he got it right.
Look at this. I figured it out now.
All right.
So then, how are you going to follow this up? Like, are you already thinking of like what's next? Do you want to do another movie? Do you want to do more?
Well, we want to do a Whitest Kids movie, and we have the script written for it. And so we kind of we were going to try to get it like, we're going out and getting the funding for it. But then like I started doing the special, Zach from Whitest Kids, he does the Wrecked show on TBS. So he's gone for a couple months out of the year. I also show run like a Disney show I created. So I do that for a couple months out of the year. So it's hard with schedules to get everybody together. But I think that's going to be like a focus, like now is like trying to get that movie going, and then also I'll start working on the next album.
Hold on, you show run a Disney show?
Yeah.
Like a children's show?
Like a children's show.
When he started talking about fucking Hitler, you didn't automatically think that?
I mean, no.
You're like,
If
this guy must work for Disney.
I need that guy. If I was a Disney executive, I'd be like, get that guy right now. Wait, how does that work?
I pitched a show to him like 3 years ago, and they liked it and they bought it, and then so I've been like running that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's called Walk the Prank.
Okay.
It's a hybrid show where we go out and we do hidden camera pranks.
Yeah.
But then it's also about these kids who have a YouTube channel where they do hidden camera pranks. So you like kind of see about their life at school and stuff, and the things that happen to them in their life that give them the ideas for the pranks and stuff.
So you're gonna have like a Disney screening of this this new special with the Harriet Tubman?
No, I
fucking
keep
Hitler?
everything separate. I like try to. I
would
try
think.
To, yeah.
Does it ever feel like it might cross? Oh, let's do a prank. I don't know about Harriet Tubman fucking Hitler today. Oh shit, wrong.
No,
I've
I've separated it.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow, that's a skill. That's very good. To quote the guy who threw me out of the office, it's very hard to play both sides of the fence.
I think
I knew I liked that guy.
He's an
Midway through your
asshole.
story, I was like, I like that guy. He's the hero of the story, right?
Yeah, he's the hero.
you're either with Charlize.
The best was like, I've been working here for a month and I've talked to her twice. You think the third time I'm going to talk to her is about you?
Well, you should have been like, well, it sounds like you're a fucking loser. Can
Yeah,
I pitch? Can I talk to
completely.
like somebody who's got a little more clout over here? I remember one time I pitched you a fucking network, and we started talking to about like what was on TV these days and how like most of the stuff I watch is on like I was like, oh yeah, I watch most of these stuff on Netflix or Amazon. And then one of the executives goes, yeah, and I can't even afford cable, so I don't even have it. Like, I don't think I'm pitching the right person. I don't think you got a lot of
Where's your boss?
green light authority. At this point. Can I pitch you someone not sleeping in their car right now? Is that possible?
I had a pitch last week with a very high-level executive at one of the things. She was a little out of it. She was wearing those kind of sweatpants that are tied to the front. She gets up to go to her computer. Pants fall to the ground. What? Standing there in her like underwear. And I was like, oh. And she goes, oh, excuse me.
I think you just had your Me Too moment.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it was. I was thinking about that. And then she's like, oh, I guess I got to tie him tighter next time. I was like, okay.
So I guess I got to slowly turn around and reach down for these pants.
And we had talked plenty about how gay I was before that because it's super gay.
She wanted to test it. She's like, you were saying how gay you are. She's like, this sounds like a challenge.
I'm not going to buy your show, but
Like
I'm going to accept the challenge.
artists that comes through town.
He's talking about how gay he is because he wants me to see if I can I see his game. He's playing really hard to get.
That's funny. Maybe. Well, listen, everybody should go check out this show.
Yeah.
This special.
Yes, please.
They can see it on, I'm sure it'll be rerunning.
Yeah.
A lot, and then they can see it on cc.com.
Yes, you can go on on demand. I'm sure it'll be on there, and then you can download the album and the uncensored version on like iTunes,
gotcha.
Amazon, that kind of stuff like that. So.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, because it's Comedy Central. They're releasing the album as well.
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's
cool.
like CC Direct.
I was looking at like ccapp.com. I don't know what that was, but I had all these things written down. But so everybody should watch it. If it premieres at midnight, right?
Yeah, on 4/20. So it's technically 4/21, right? Because it's 4/20 at midnight. So I guess you say it's like 11:59 p.m.
420 is all about weed. 421 is the Advil day. That's the one where people fucking just go crazy.
That's true. Yeah. Were you down for a midnight release, or were you like?
That's where they do a lot of the specials.
Oh, really?
They do
I didn't
them
know
at
that.
midnight kind of things.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So everybody, Trevor Moore, the story of our times. Trevor, I got to ask, where do we stand in the point, like
on the points?
Total-ish. You don't have to completely add them up because you can just do because we normally have a little mini competition that will put one person over the top.
Okay, so
unless we're completely not even close to even, because Mo, you were pretty funny.
I don't know. You had that great story about Katy Perry. That was solid.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's what happened. At one point, I gave you 100 points.
Yeah.
Matt, and then
that seems a little suspect.
And then I kept giving Mo 10 points.
Okay.
And it looks pretty even. Like, let's see, 120, 150, 170, 80, 90, 189 for Matt. And then over here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 90, 100, 110, 115, 125, 127.
Well, what did Matt get 100 points for? Which one? I mean,
I don't even remember.
I feel like it was something he said about.
It wasn't
like,
an accident.
It was a vulnerable moment.
Here's the other
You gave
thing.
him vulnerability
Being
points.
gay.
Here's the other thing.
You gave him being gay points.
You got 100 points for
I'll
that.
take what I can get. I don't get much for that.
Here's the other thing. I'm not even 100% sure that those were your points because at the beginning I had the sides switched, so I could have been giving.
I'm pretty
you,
sure.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay. So Matt's in the lead, but only by 62 points.
Well, at least I beat Theo.
Well, normally we do a mini competition based on something that we've talked about or something that we come up with on the spot. We've done competitions where we sing, where we do voices, where we tell jokes, where we arm wrestle, whatever it is. So is there anything that we can think of that is appropriate to Mr. Moore here that could be a mini quick competition?
Let's see who can name, in honor of his parents, the most disciples.
Ooh. Wait, you're Jewish?
Yeah, but I don't know any of it. You're Jewish too?
Yeah, I'm Jewish. Okay. Oh, this is great.
This will be great.
This is great.
Do you know the answers?
I know some of them.
Okay.
I don't know all of them.
In honor of your parents.
In honor of how disappointed your parents are. Yeah. Wait, so now we're doing Jesus. I don't know. I'm just going to, okay.
There's 12.
There's 12.
There's 12.
Okay.
Okay. Eric.
All right. Matt won.
Jason. Lil Choo Choo. Ghost.
Little ghost.
Choo-choo.
Casper, I think was one. All right, you go, Matt.
Luke.
That's one. Wait, I think.
Like the gospel
He doesn't
according
know
to
either.
Yeah, wait, I think he was. I think he was.
You're thinking of Star
He
Wars.
could just be a guy who wrote
the gospel
the
according
gospel.
to.
No, you know what? He's not.
Oh.
I don't think Luke is.
Yes, victory. The sweet taste of victory.
Should I look at
Judas?
my phone
I
real
got
quick?
him.
You got him?
Okay,
Judas is definitely one.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going with Judas.
He
That's
was
mine.
one.
Am I right that Luke is not one?
No Luke.
No, Luke.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going with Judas.
All right.
Mo?
Jebediah.
I don't think that's one either.
It is, right?
No.
All right. Well, he got one fake one, so I'll do it. Joe. No, Joshua, right?
There's not a
No.
There's not
No.
a Joshua.
Joshua seems like a very
You're
Jewish
like-
name.
Joshua was actually Jesus' name, I think.
That's right. That's what I was
Really?
talking about.
Yeah.
Mary.
Matthew? Matthew?
Yep.
Yeah.
Matthews.
Ashley.
Ashley also. Ashley and Mary Kate.
No, let's see. John.
Yeah.
There we go. Got one.
Okay.
Peter.
Yes.
Well, that was good. Job?
No.
Should I throw out a hint?
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Doubting.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
There you go.
Paul?
You already said Paul.
You
No,
already
you said
got-
Peter.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. No Paul.
Peter.
No Paul.
Close though.
Paul came afterwards.
I know that story. That was my Saturday night and Wednesday. Or my Saturday night in West Hollywood. It was a joke.
Well, why couldn't it have been your Saturday and Wednesday? Maybe things.
Yeah, maybe.
It would be your longest.
Paul
relationship.
always
That would
comes
be your
after.
longest relationship of all time.
No joke. Ezekiel.
Nope.
Abraham.
All right, I think I'm out. Wait,
No Abraham. No.
Jonathan?
Leviticus.
Jonathan.
Jonathan?
Yep.
I didn't know that one.
No Leviticus.
Nathaniel.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Bartholomew or Nathaniel.
Bartholomew.
Oh, same thing. Christopher.
No Chris.
Travis.
No.
RuPaul.
No.
No, all right. I think.
We both did pretty good.
I think you guys both did great. I think this is a tie. Can you have ties?
No, you can't, Trevor Moore.
Okay.
You
Well-
have to pick a winner. It doesn't have to be based on this. It can be based
Okay.
on whatever, even regardless of the points that you
You know what?
take
I'm
out.
going to give it to you.
Yes.
I'm going to give it to you. Actually,
That's
wait,
fine. No, that's fair.
Wait, no. But now I'm thinking it's like you probably win all the time because it's your show. So
No, but I'm with Theo.
No, I'm gonna give it to Mo.
Oh,
Thank you
take
so
your
much.
pity win.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. There is no prize. Just want to be clear.
Yeah, there is no
Okay,
prize.
so thanks. So I really got a sweet break there.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, Trevor.
Thanks for
and
having me. This was fun.
I got to tell you, your stories of the Rolodex and the calls that you make are one of my favorite things. Do you still do this to this day?
Well, I lost most of the numbers. So I unfortunately I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now he just calls mom and goes, "Cunt!" It's not as fun, but he's still his heart's in the right place.
Everybody, check out Trevor Moore, The Story of Our Times on Comedy Central. Check out the album, check out the special, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And look for him on one of the billboards in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You're everywhere, pal. Mo, thank you for guest starring, and everybody check out your podcast.
The full release.
One more time.
The full release on iTunes.
On iTunes. And Anthony, thank you for your help.
Thank you.
And everybody, we will talk to you next time.